Good day to you. What's up to you? How things going to you out there? I find just trying to stay warm myself, seeing that the weather's going to change. Well, I have another interesting video. And I thought I was going to leave this guy alone, this Dr. Umar, but it just kind of like, some people you just, the things that come out of their mouth is just, I don't know what to say. But the reason why I made this video, because there's a generation of people I'm going to show you in this video, the Gen Z generation. And I'm going to show you what they think of what Dr. Umar is saying. These are young people probably in college age, with some of the things that he has been mentioning about interracial dating. But first, before we get to them, we're going to see what this one video on. This is YouTuber, very well-known average man, and he tells in Dr. Umar's interview. And let's see what. And after that, I'll show a little bit of what the young people, what they think about Dr. Umar and his thing with snow bunnies, aka white women. So we're gonna go with this first video, and I'll come back.
Don't buy another lottery ticket before you see this. Do you want to know how repeat lottery winners are able to win over and...
Shout out to the channels.
Black men, be strong enough to walk away from what's hurting you. Be patient enough to wait for the blessings that you deserve. And always remember that your current situation is not your final destination. Black men, the best is yet to come. I love you, black men.
Brother on my arm, no brother on your arm.
You win. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome, back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So today I'm going to be discussing Dr. Umar. You know, most of the time I don't disagree with him. I rarely disagree with him. I did a video with him recently where he was pretty much repeating the same talking points that a lot of us talk about. And, well, it looks like in the same interview, he wanted to get back on black men dating out of their race. And y'all know my saying on here, man, go where you want it, go where you're accepted, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. And love, when it comes to love, I don't see color. When it comes to my channel, I don't see color, even though I know most of y'all that watch me are black men like myself. So with that in mind, we're gonna see what Dr. Umar had to say here, man. We're gonna go ahead and chop this up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
So if the black girls called you ugly, I can only imagine what the white girls called you. So stop making excuses for your bunny hopping and just admit you hate yourself, and that's why you're dating and marrying outside the race. Shannon Sharp, we can do virtual, and you can bring all the bunny hopping brothers from the NFL. Retired and active, you can bring all the bunny hopping brothers from the NBA. All of you versus me. So help me understand that you employ more blacks than me, but you go home to a white woman. Why you don't have a black woman?
Because I fell in love with a white woman, not a black.
Why didn't you fall in love with a black woman?
I fell in love with a black woman, we broke up.
And why didn't you find and fall in love with another black woman?
I did that too. We broke up.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
And why did you get another one and another one and another one until you found the right one?
Because I met a white woman that I fell in love with, and that's the person that I'm with.
You're disingenuous.
You imagine how the internet would explode if it was in reverse and somebody white was doing it. And this is where it just drives me up the wall with black folks that think like this. That's why I call them the black KKK collective group thing, the wokesters. This is why I say they have become the very thing that they once hated. Love doesn't have any color, people. I challenge you to go date someone outside of your race. The man didn't find love with being with a black woman. He found love with a white woman. My son's mom is white. My mama is mixed, white and black. I have a multicultural family. To buy into this racist ass thinking is to deny one whole group of my family, which is why I say mixed children will end up saving the world.
Interesting take. However, what really upsets me is that Dr. Umar want to sit over here and pretty much hold every black man accountable that isn't dating within the race, as if like we owe the community something, like we owe Dr. Umar something or an excuse or whatever the case may be. And the messed up part about it is like the guy that he was over here chastising, this man said he's been with black women before. So it's like, just because I end up with a woman from a different race, all of a sudden I hate myself, even though I dated within my race prior to me being with the current woman that I'm with now. See how that doesn't make any sense? Oh, I hate my race, but I actually dated my race before. I'm just not with my race right now at the moment. So because I'm not race loyal, I hate myself. See, this is where Dr. Umar loses me, because when he talks like this, he sounds just like the very women men complain about or trying to get away from. Let's keep it moving.
Is Vanessa Bryant using any of that black man's money to do any good in the black community?
Let it go. Just let it go. For the sake of the black community, please let the late, great Kobe Bryant rest in peace.
Thank you.
And speaking of the black community, it is not up to you or anybody to question or dictate what Vanessa Bryant should be doing with the money that Kobe left her. What are you doing with the cash apps that you are getting, specifically from black women? Are you doing anything to provide for them?
No.
After all, you created two single moms, putting them in the single mom system. Are you living in the house with any of those women? With the children? Hell no. And I suppose you have a problem with the great Michael Jordan, who also married a non-black woman. And since you want to speak on black issues, like I said before, you need to mind your own business. Stop making yourself look like a fool and focusing on opening up your school.
Shout out to Mark Cruz, man. Mark Cruz, you think you got bars? Said stop looking like a fool and worried about building your school. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's exactly the point that I was going to make, Mark Cruz. Can you explain to me how the hell you want to sit over here and be so concerned with what other men's wives are doing with their husband's money just because they're not black? Meanwhile, you've been over here receiving cash apps and all kind of money for these schools that you haven't built yet. I'm like, explain that one to me. Explain to me why come you haven't built this school up yet, but you know what I mean, but yet you over here concerned with everybody else's money and what they doing with it. How about you worry about the money that you supposed to be receiving to get this damn school up that you keep talking about? Like, how long has he been talking about getting that school up, y'all? How many years now? And I ain't seen shit yet. So get that together first before you start pocket watching everybody else. Idiot, man. Let's keep it moving.
Jenny, how old are you, honey?
I'm 34.
34. What you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
Nurse. You have any kids?
I have a 2-year-old son.
Okay. Why you not with the dad?
He wanted me to be a housewife when we first met, and I decided to kind of change and wanted a career, and he didn't want that for me, so he gave me ultimatum, and it's to stay at home and be a housewife or leave and have a career. So I left.
You stupid.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
The sound clip should be enough itself, man.
Girl, we want to smack you in the face right now.
Yeah, I
So
know.
let me ask you this. Was he paying all the bills?
He was.
So, and did you, when you guys got married, that was the plan?
Yes.
So basically, you had your husband. He was your husband? So he was your husband?
Yes.
You guys had a family?
Yes.
You agreed to be a stay-at-home mom. What made you want to get a job?
When I had to constantly ask for a couple of dollars to do stuff, when it was no, I can't do certain things that I wanted, when it was no, we don't have enough money to do activities because, one income, and I'm like, well, this is not the lifestyle that I want to live. Like, I just don't want to sit at home and fold clothes and not actually date and have the extra money to do stuff. Like, I
knew it. It's about the lifestyle. Brothers, this is why I honestly think the provider talking point needs to be shut down. Because it's pretty clear that y'all don't just want somebody that can pay all the bills. Y'all want a man that can pay all the bills and give y'all a certain luxury lifestyle. So much so that y'all want to be able to pretty much just sit back and do nothing and be able to go out on trips all the time and do all this luxurious shit. Like, let's be honest, that's the reality. That's why she chose to get a second job, because even though that man can afford to keep you at home, it wasn't enough because you wanted to be able to live a certain type of lifestyle. Let's keep it moving.
I just didn't want to fold clothes all day long. I'm sorry.
Alright, boo, what kind of man you looking for now, honey?
Don't hate me for this, but I want somebody that's a little bit lit and turned up. My husband was boring. I know, don't judge me. Don't do that. He was super boring. We didn't dance. He didn't like music, like a little ratchet music. He didn't let me wear tight clothes or anything like that. So I kind of want to be a little ratchet with my next dude.
So you
a little ratchet?
Translation. My ex-husband put boundaries on me and I didn't like it because deep down I got this 304 spirit that I want to let out, and I wasn't able to let it out when I was married. So now that I'm single, I want to let it out. I want to make up for lost time. FOMO, fear of missing out. I'm telling you guys, bro. And you know what? Cause it's funny because women always say, the argument they make with men is like, why would you want to marry a woman young? They don't know any better. They don't know this and they don't know that. You know what, ladies? I'm starting to think y'all right. Because when y'all women marry young, y'all tend to divorce when y'all get in y'all 30s because y'all didn't get the chance to be a 304. Then you want to try to be a 304 in your 30s, and then you'll be complaining in your 40s that you can't find a man to settle down with. Let's keep it moving.
You had this good ass man. Might have been bored, but a good man married you, was your husband, took care of the bills, probably wasn't that lit. Got divorced, now y'all here in the streets, and you about to meet these rats.
Hold on, let's I want to be clear about one thing. He was extremely controlling when it comes to so one of his rules was I can't have long hair because it reminds him of strippers. Another rule was he gave me a rule on how far I can drive away from the house. He also said no social media. He also said no tight clothes, no long nails. He gave me rules.
Okay, so now that you're giving more context, I'm gonna take good man out because that's some crazy shit right there. Okay, do you want more kids?
Well, I should have known. I should have known Kendra was gonna switch up right there. It just goes to show you, man, the sisterhood is so strong. The moment she started running down a list of the rules that he had, oh, okay, never mind. He ain't no good man then.
That is bullshit.
See, it just goes to show you, man, women want a man that can take care of them like a father, but lets them do whatever they want like a friend, and support their delusion and their bad behavior like a friend would. Let's keep it moving.
Don't hate me for this, but love them like they're mine.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Like 3 weeks ago.
Who this man?
I think we fed off of our loneliness. Like, he was complaining that his wife died 2 years ago. I was complaining that I was lonely. We was nice to each other, so we had a good time.
So is he asking for something more just like real?
No, I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready. And I don't want to put this type of pressure on him in a sense of like, you know, packed up your wife's shit. How do you say that to someone who wife? I know, so I don't want to say that, and I don't want to do that. So I'm like, you know what? It was nice, and when you're ready, you know, call me when it's gone.
Ma'am.
Let me show you something right quick. With this,
Let's make a money flower bouquet for my wife's birthday. I may be a nursing student, but one thing I don't play about is my wife. With school, work, life, and family time, this took me about 3 days to complete, but I got it done just in time.
Y'all know where I've been.
In these streets.
And what I came across was something that is a little bit different than the narrative says about the brothers. What we're going to look at is a video of a brother who took the time to put something together for his wife's birthday. Now, being somebody who is a tradesman, who does know how to weld, knows how to fabricate, who has worked in the industrial field for quite a long time, I understand the concentration and the focus that it takes to build something with your hands. What most people can't appreciate or really may not understand unless they actually take on an undertaking like this is the level of focus and detail that is put into something that is made custom, something that is a one-of-one. This brother may have gotten this idea from social media. I don't know where he got it from, but I'm just speaking from experience. When you build something, the level of focus and time and care that you put into it is something that should be appreciated, but I think that the real appreciation comes from someone who has the skill set to be able to do those things, because you know the effort that it takes, you know the planning that it takes, and you know the skill set that it takes that often can take a number of years to be able to do. What this brother went out and did is he made a money bouquet for his wife. Let's take a look.
Yes, I could have paid somebody to do it, but my wife, knowing that I did it, made her appreciate it 10 times more.
That boy is good.
The first day of me doing it is me putting all the bills onto the skewers, but I had to stop to go to the LV store before they closed. This is day 2 of me shaping the money so they look like roses. This process took me about an hour and 30 minutes. I'm using Scotch tape because Scotch tape doesn't rip the bills when you take them apart. Day 3, this is me spraying adhesive onto the flowers, and I'm gonna dip them in gold flakes. I chose gold flakes instead of glitter because my wife loves gold, and then also it gives it a unique look, and then it matches the cake that I actually bought her. All these flowers, I actually bought them on Amazon. So for the centerpiece, I chose to do a dozen roses. And then now I'm just adding all the $2 bills around the centerpiece. So this is the first layer. I actually started getting happy, like, man, it's really coming along. This thing look nice. And then now is me finishing it up. It took me a long time, but it came out pretty dope, man. I love doing stuff like this just to make my woman happy. This was me giving her the flower bouquet, and her first question was, how did you have the time? And my answer, for you, I'll always have the time, no matter what.
He had sex with a white girl, that's what.
Oh, was it everything I dreamed of? She had pink nipples, didn't she?
So, you can see that the brother went above and beyond for his significant other, his wife's birthday, presented it to her. She looked like she was appreciative of it, and by all means, this brother represents something that is a complete opposite of the credit a lot of brothers get in the narrative that is going on here as of late. Now, y'all know the next part. Y'all know where I went, right down into the comments. Let's check it out. Becky said, lucky girl, ooh, you have a brother? It's always disappointing when it's not us being treated this way. Always other. I knew she wasn't black. I want my black queens to get this kind of treatment. Exactly. I took my damn light back. Me too.
Wait a minute.
I wish black men had this kind of energy for black women. All right.
I have a man, but y'all need to understand, I don't need a man. I want a man. I chose to have a man.
Exactly, like I don't need a bitch, but I want a bitch because I want some coochie.
But they never treat black women like this.
For a lot of people in our generation, social media has influenced us to not even strives to have a relationship. You know, that's not even a goal.
A woman does not need a man to survive. She does not need a man to make money. You don't need a man. That's what y'all not hearing.
I'm not looking for a man. Let's start there.
Even the weakest among us are better than the best of them.
The funny thing about when I see these types of comments is the information that's out there. In order for women to get those kind of results, they've been given the formula over and over again, and this is irregardless of any kind of race. They've been given the formula over and over and over again. I even had a video maybe a week or two ago, and I talked about she went out and pursued the type of man that she wanted. The treatment that this guy is giving to his wife does not just come because you are a woman. It is reserved for a special type of woman. It is reserved for a specific and particular type of woman. If you want these kind of results, you need to figure out what it is that the men who do these type of things value, what it is that the men who take the time to learn to do these type of things, take the time out to plan and do these type of things, and the men who take the time out to execute these type of things to present to you. If those are the things that you like, you need to figure out what it is that these men expect from the women that they do these things for. It's not just on a whim. These brothers are not just sitting around like, you know what, she hadn't done shit for me, she doesn't add that much value to my life, let me figure out something nice to do for her. It don't work that way. It don't. There may be some hope for some of you brothers who are still out there looking. Let's see what this sister got to say.
If you got a good man or you want a good man, it's 3 things you're going to have to control. Your attitude, your emotions, and your mouth.
I don't want to lose my church.
Those things are non-negotiables for good men. When I say your attitude, I mean it. Yes, you could be upset about something, but if you think this man finna chase you and try to pry you open to figure out why you're upset or what he did, he ain't gonna do it. That man gonna leave you alone.
He will. Won't he do it?
Your emotions. You're gonna have to have emotional stability, I'm telling you. Because a man, he ain't finna deal with no woman who always upset about the smallest stuff. He ain't gonna do it. When I say that man will leave you on red, your mouth. You can't talk to that man any kind of way. That's a good man, baby. He know his worth just like you do. And if you think you gonna talk to him and try to tear him down and treat him like he a little boy, okay, alright. Also, within your mouth, you can't do all that fussing, nagging, and complaining. He don't want to hear that. Baby, good men are strict. Whereas you're used to having to control good men. Baby, they ain't gonna put up with it. And if you really want a good man and you want to marry him, you will want to work on these things anyway.
So there you have it. 2023, 2022 as well was the year that the Passport Bros really blossomed and bloomed, and the movement really began to grow. Some people may wonder why is that, and some people know why. They just don't care. They would prefer to follow these brothers to these places and harass them and play all kind of games and post on social media that they're getting free drinks and pretend to speak the language, so on and so forth. First of all, salute to all the Passport Bros, salute to all the passport holders. You brothers are blazing the way. Here's another short clip of 2 brothers that were overseas, went to the tailor. What happened is quite hilarious. Check this out.
I took my black friend to a tailor in Vietnam, and this happened.
Yes, I'm black.
I know him, y'all. I know him. I know this man.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is.
Now the question has been asked before, and for shits and giggles, we'll ask it again. What makes a brother hop on a plane and travel halfway around the world to experience what it is that women in other parts of the world offer? Or the better question is, what is it that these brothers are trying to get away from? I wonder what it is.
If you can trigger a man the way that you want to trigger him, you then control how he thinks and how he feels. So when you trigger someone, you know exactly how to get a reaction out of them. You know exactly what to say, when to say it, how to say it, who to say it to, when to say it, or whatever. And you understand that once you trigger this person, they're going to do exactly what you know that they're going to do next. So if you want to hold any type of control, or if you want to get the person emotionally attached, you must use triggers to trigger them emotionally, trigger their ego, and all sort of things.
In closing, the treatment that women want, especially if it's something that takes a lot of effort, a lot of focus, a lot of concentration, sometimes a lot of money, that treatment is reserved for a special group of women, irregardless of race, but it's reserved for a special type of woman. The women in the comments had a lot to say, so I swung by that page to see, okay, you want this type of treatment. Are you the type of woman that this will be reserved for? And what I found was...
Fuck my baby dead. Bow, 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 bow. That's that booty beat. Hey, 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 hey. Look at them booty cheeks. Bow, bow, bow.
In closing, what I talk about on this channel is brothers having options, doing the work to have as many available options to you as possible. Whether or not you decide to travel abroad, whether or not you decide to stay here in the US, whatever the case may be, my main concern is that you brothers have options so that you can pick what works best for what it is that you want, for the outcomes that you want. Keep your powder dry, keep your head on the swivel. That's all I got for y'all tonight. Big bro is gonna catch you.
Now you see what he's talking about. But now we're gonna go back to these young men. Let's see what they say about Dr. Umar. We're gonna go to a couple, an interracial young couple. Watch what they say.
Dr. Umar, my brother loves white women. How can I redeem him? Don't redeem him. Release him to the bunny brigade. Don't save the snow bunny lover. We gotta stop trying to save the snow bunny lover. If your brother is addicted to the bunny, send him to the bunny brigade. Send his ass to the ice storm. Send him to the snowstorm. Don't try to save your brother. Give him to the snow bunny mafia. Let that Negro go free. It only takes a little bit of white brainwash to activate the cool chip. First of all, he don't even know what to do with all that. She need an unapologetically African alpha male to handle that. He can't handle that. He don't even know what to do with that.
If you are not black, and if your mate ain't black, you're not coming to my convention.
Let me read this title, y'all. You're not pro-black if you're dating white women. My enemies are sending white women to set me up. Man, look, okay. I don't take Dr. Umar serious because I've seen too many clips of him being too funny. Like at first he was almost on a Charleston level. He'd get on live and make fun of people. So I just don't know if he's serious, but at the same time,
They say he's actually a doctor.
I guess, bro. What did he degree? Let's see. Yeah, let's look that up.
He must.
Let's look that up. Yeah, I don't know. You can put a doctor.
I'm a doctor,
Dr. Take Glory. Okay, yeah, he graduated from Millersville University.
PhD?
Yeah, in psychology. Yeah, well.
That's Wikipedia, bro.
I'll be honest though, y'all. Oh, damn.
Even though school is just following directions, y'all. Unless you
bro, I don't think he's serious, bro. But he might.
I gotta see a picture, bro.
I think he's serious.
I think he is too. It's no picture of him. I think he's racist towards white people.
You gotta have it's a picture. It had to be a picture of him on the diploma, bro.
Yeah, bro. But after this picture right here, is all I need to see right here.
Let me see.
He got a suit on with a fitted cap. I don't know, guys, but we do have somebody working up, like we said, Charleston White, on Dr. Umar to get him on the channel. That would be so funny. So, I mean, it's on Twitter, it's been a thing, on all social media platforms, it's been a thing that people are saying if you're a mixed child, you're not black.
Yeah, they try to say you biracial.
Which, I mean, you're mixed, so I can't really argue with that.
Hey, I'm mixed, y'all, so I'm not mad, man.
I don't know, man, but
I don't take offense.
Let's see what he say, though.
Some people said, I seen on Twitter saying he's black is, that's racist.
You know what I actually thought yesterday? Name a conservative on social media that's black that doesn't have a white girlfriend or wife.
That doesn't?
Yeah, or husband. Candace on, OT. That's only two I know, though. No, I just had another one. Damn, who did I think about?
Well,
who did I have? Oh, damn, I just thought about
It's something out there, bro.
There's definitely something out there.
It's so crucified, to speak out about it,
And I feel like a lot of black women get mad about
conservatism.
Not that, like a black man that likes white women. A lot of times, a black woman will be offended by that almost. Not offended.
I don't know why.
Speaking from experience here, y'all. If a black girl comes up to me and be like, "Oh, you like white girls," and I'll be like, I like all girls. Like they'll almost like say that I'm wrong for that, and I'll be like, "Well, I don't understand that, man."
A kill is a kill.
Let's see what he says. We can go on and on about that. Let's see what he says.
Can you be pro-black if you're married to a white woman, and can you be pro-black if you biracial?
Okay, let me take the second question. Can you be pro-black, and I hate the word pro-black, but can you be pro-black if you mix race? Of course you can. I don't take any issue with a mixed race African. For me, it's a two-pronged test. Number one, are you biologically African? Are you the direct descendant of African people? Do you have a black parent? If you do, and you identify with the race, I accept you as a brother or sister, no different than anybody else. So for me, there's no issue for mixed race Africans. Many of my heroes were mixed race Africans. You see, it's even been suggested that the great Nat Turner might have been a mixed race African. Bob Marley was a mixed race African. Booker T. Washington was a mixed race African.
What?
So we don't take issue with that because we're not responsible for how we got here. And our mothers on the plantation had no control over who decided to rape her that night. You understand? So we do not reject the children.
They actually have like a show on Netflix, and it was showing Booker T. Washington. They had the most light-skinned brother I've ever seen in my life. I was actually shocked. I had to pause this episode.
For real?
Yeah, because it was like a lady trying to get like a sponsorship for her salon. It was like showing like a long time ago, and it was the people trying to get like sponsorships for Booker T. And I'm talking about, bro, he was like a Logic.
Wow.
The guy in the show though, but you know that didn't mess me up though.
That's crazy.
Mothers on the plantation had no control over who decided to rape her that night. You understand? So we do not reject the children. If you identify, though, that's the key. Because you do have mixed race Africans who say, I'm not black, you know, I'm multicultural, I'm multiracial. If they come with that nonsense, I reject them. Because what you're telling me is you don't want to be in with us. You understand? So if they are coming with any ideology or identity other than black African, so be it. You don't want to be a part of this, no problem. I'm not trying to claim you. Go on your way. But if you say, listen, I'm black, I know I'm black. Yes, my mama is white. Yes, my daddy might be white, but my mom is black, my dad is black, I'm black, I've been black my whole life. I know that's how the world sees me. That's how I see myself. Get in where you fit in.
So he's basically saying if you choose being black over white, then he accepts you. I just don't think when we come into races,
pretty much what
I'm not getting. Why is everything the word identify?
Yeah, why does it matter?
Which race do you identify with?
But you got to keep it 100. You got to classify people in certain, you know.
No, but classifying and identifying is different. Like my identity, I have to be I'm just me. Like I mean, it's white Africans. Like it's kind of like saying like a guy that's white that that wears a lot of black nationality things. Like him, he wouldn't accept him in his group. I feel like that's kind of messed up.
Like Elon Musk is an African, but we don't call him a American African or African. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But, it's just not funny to y'all though. Like
don't be weird to y'all.
He's from Africa. So why would we call him American African?
Or his parents, because the parents was from America, probably. You know?
No.
But they was from
South Africa.
They from South Africa? Okay, so what they call him, a white African?
I think so, yeah. A white African. I can't.
They call him an African American.
Who's not American?
He's not American. His parents was there.
Does he not have citizenship and live in America?
I don't know if he has citizenship, but either way, he got citizenship. So either way, though, he would just be
exactly.
Technically, from where he's born, he would be a white African.
There's white people in South Africa.
But look though, and then that's why I don't like. I think it's just we think too deep into this shit because technically, doing this called a true African American, that would be me because my dad was born in Africa and my mom was born in America. Yeah. So therefore I'd be African American. So if you were so technically y'all just American. We don't know who we are.
I'm calling myself.
Descendants are from Africa. But with white people, they don't say white people just say they're American, but their descendants aren't from America. Their descendants are from Ireland or England or wherever. So they don't identify as they just say they're American. So if you're born in America, you're just American.
I'm a black American, man. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know where I'm from, you know?
Yeah, I thought I was solid American.
Like my great grandmother and them was Native American. That's what I'm saying. So like, that's what I'm saying. I technically could be more Native American than I would be. You don't even really know. So I just say, I'm black. So all these we think categorize and stuff. That's why I don't think we should identify. Like we identify gender now. We identify race. We identify this. We identify that. No, but seriously though, when y'all hear this. this guy, is it not funny? Like, are y'all like seriously like, is it bothering y'all?
That doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't bother me at all. Because I've been seeing this dude, so I already know what he
But is he not funny though?
like him.
Is he not funny to y'all?
I
Like,
think
it just
it's funny
seems
sometimes.
It's hilarious.
Sometimes I think he's a little too critical.
It's
kind of divisive sometimes.
It's very. I feel like it's very.
It's very divisive. He's very.
But it's not humor to y'all.
He's very us versus them type.
Is this not like humor to you?
Humor?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I find it humorous because I don't take him serious. But he's dead ass serious.
I would say his delivery is humorous, but I don't think his intent is to be funny at all. I think he's dead serious.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's serious kind of takes the humor out of it.
No,
but his delivery is definitely funny.
Because we see we don't just, people who look up to him and think he knows all and all that, like, they see it, he's spitting that real.
I think he's an
come on,
intelligent man.
that dude with some crazy facts that you think we don't know if they're facts or not, but
Yeah, but either way,
mind blowing.
Yeah, just because you know study some facts, that don't mean I need to follow you and your ideas.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
definitely
you want to know what I just thought about?
I just want to see the rest of the video.
When we watch that Breakfast Club, how do you know a black person cop a Mercedes? Because when you buy a car, do you put your race down when you cop a car? Remember when he had that percent about the Mercedes?
I don't know.
No, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, him? That's a good question. Where did the data come from?
Can you remember he was talking about majority of black people is buying Mercedes?
Well, I mean, that's just what you see, though. I guess he probably based that, but
he had a percentage. Yeah, he had a stat.
That means that had to be collected by someone.
I don't know. I have no idea, bro. I just find him very humorous because you look up his funny moments. It is, oh my God, this guy's hilarious.
But if you say, listen, I'm black, I know I'm black, yes, my mama is white, yes, my daddy might be white, but my mom is black, my dad is black, I'm black, I've been black my whole life, I know that's how the world sees me, that's how I see myself, get in where you fit in. I have no issue. I don't care if you light, bright, blue, black, purple. I don't care if you got green eyes or black eyes, nappy hair or curly hair. It don't make a difference to me. If you got the blood of Africa in you and you identify with us, I make no differences amongst us. Now, the other question, can you be pro-black and you date white? Absolutely not. Because when you marry a white woman, you're marrying into her community. You don't just marry a woman. You marry the family and you marry the community. So how can you be for African people marrying into the group that has historically and systemically oppressed your people? That doesn't make any sense. I play for this team, but I'm over here practicing with this team. This is the team I belong to. But I'm over there trying to help them win. That doesn't make any sense. You cannot marry a white woman and not be loyal to the white agenda against African people. It's no way around it. It's like when I see black men who say, I only date white women.
They give him
You are making a political decision. Who you date is a political decision. Who you marry is a political decision. Who you make children with is a political decision. If you are marrying white, sleeping white, cohabitating white, procreating white,
your wife is
your loyalty.
I think who you marry is a 100% emotional decision.
Well, some people, it depends on your status.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's an emotional decision. But it turns into a political decision.
If you're looking at your relationship, if you see it as political, then you don't have no emotion and it wasn't love to me, then that relationship probably
it depends on how you were raised.
If you marry, she's black, so I'm gonna marry her.
A lot of things tie into
That's almost affirmative action, like for who you go marry. You're like, they're gonna be black, so that eliminates. So now I have to choose someone black. So you might choose someone that you don't even like that much because they black, just because you feel like you gotta choose a black person because Dr. Umar told you to.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's kind of like the most racist guy in America. This is basically
it's literally racist.
It's literally like that.
Like,
the most racist guy in America, he stands on his pro-white side. This guy stands on his pro-black side. So it's kind of like the same thing. Both are funny. I think if you're pro-black or white, it's hilarious.
They both say don't mix, and I think I don't mean to go back to this topic, but we're seeing in the Middle East when you try to separate two racist people, that don't work.
No,
you gotta live together in peace for it.
It doesn't work, but some people, just I ain't gonna say they're stubborn, but they just believe what they believe. I just want to see how he's hilarious.
I mean, I don't know. He's
I'm not.
person.
I'm saying what I think.
Yeah, I don't know. His reasoning behind his opinion. I mean, I guess that I see how that can make sense to somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and say like it was completely blasphemous. I can see how that makes sense to somebody.
No, definitely.
I don't know. I don't really think it's as deep as they make it. Like it's us versus them type mentality.
He said this team, that team. Like
I'm like, bro, come on now. It's not. Is it really that serious?
I mean, I see what he's saying though. Like, pro-black. Okay. If you say you're pro-white, then it means like you're for white people. If you say you're pro-black, then you're pro-black.
Why can't the word pro people?
You can be. That's what we are.
Okay.
He's identified as a pro-black. So you can't identify as pro-black.
That is a big problem with America.
Yeah, you can't. He said you can't identify as pro-black and then go, date a white woman.
And then he said also another justification was because of what white people did to black people in the past.
Well, yeah,
that means you shouldn't be friends with white people by his logic. You shouldn't do business with white people by his logic because you're giving the white man money. You helping.
That's a very flawed ideology.
Like, it is not.
I think that ideology is very harmful. I think it's
wrong with Dr. Umar.
I think it's more harmful than it is positive.
Pro-black just is basically black power. So that's what he believes. I mean, hey.
Decision. If you are marrying white, sleeping white, cohabitating white, procreating white, then your loyalty is to white people. Get over there and stay over there.
If somebody said this,
the
most racist guy in America said that. Okay, he's funny. Hey, look at his name. Look what you called him.
Yeah, we can damn near say
this. Dr. Umar. Why we call him Dr. Joe Smith?
That's the problem in America. Yes, you're right. But this guy it's just funny to me. This is just humorous.
To white people.
I want to keep going.
Get over there and stay over there.
Have white females try to get at you?
Yes. When I was an undergrad at Millersville University in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, I had a white fellow psychology major, a very nice person. Nothing bad to say about her. Her name was Beth. And Beth had a very big crush on me. I never forget it. We went to the Million Man March, the first one, October 16th, 1995, I believe it was. And we came back from the Million Man March, and we was in psychology class, and I had to go up to the front of the desk to talk to my professor. And when I got back to my desk, there was a card on my desk, but I didn't see her put it there. So I asked everybody, did y'all see the card? And everybody said, well, nah, we don't know who put it there. So I opened the card up, and all of this glitter and confetti and stars popped out. And she said, congratulations for going to the Million Man March, and I like you, and we need to get together. And she had a big crush on me, and she let it be known. And I respect her as a human being. She never mistreated me, no issue, but I could never date her because my loyalty is to my community. In graduate school, I had the same situation. In my professional life, I had the same situation. I have regularly been approached, propositioned, however you want to say it, by white females, and no disrespect to them, but my loyalty is to black women. I've never dated anything but a black woman, so I could not do that. I've dated 2 Latino sisters, but that's only because they were Latino Africans. But once I learned that they did not identify with the race, even though they had our blood, then those relationships ended, you see. So you gotta be African in order for me to entertain anything serious with you.
Where you are now, do they try to get at you?
That's so funny.
He in the Charleston, bro.
Yeah, I think this is his character.
I think he's dead ass too.
I want to get in these other people.
Starting a business is hard, or so you thought. That's why you need Busy. It's an absolute game changer in getting your business off. What's up with this squad? Back with another video. I'm Reckless. So, came across this video and had to, check it out and see, what's up with it. I had to, it kind of, caught my eye, because it really, it didn't make sense to me, and I wanted to, see, the meaning on why, he's saying this, and give out my story and my thoughts, so, as well as Chris's. But definitely make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Y'all new to the channel. Definitely a little video today, but you know what I'm saying, let's get in the video.
Can you be pro-black if you married to a white woman, and can you be pro-black if you biracial?
Okay, let me take the second question. Can you be pro-black, and I hate the word pro-black, but can you be pro-black if you mix race? Of course you can. I don't take any issue with a mixed race African. For me, it's a 2-pronged test. Number 1, are you biologically African? Are you the direct descendant of African people? Do you have a black parent? If you do, and you identify with the race, I accept you as a brother or sister, no different than anybody else. So for me, there's no issue for mixed race Africans. Many of my heroes were mixed race Africans. You see, it's even been suggested that the great Nat Turner might have been a mixed race African. Bob Marley was a mixed race African. Booker T. Washington was a mixed race African. So we don't take issue with that because we're not responsible for how we got here. And our mothers on the plantation had no control over who decided to rape her that night. You understand? So we do not reject the children. If you identify, though, that's the key. Because you do have mixed race Africans who say, I'm not black, you know, I'm multicultural, I'm multiracial. If they come with that nonsense, I reject them. Because what you're telling me is you don't want to be in with us. You understand? So if they are coming
with us, it's crazy. I ain't gonna cap. It's always, but that's the thing, like, it's always with dividing. Like, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I know.
You have to divide. Everything has to be so separate. I feel like everybody is so obsessed with the race thing, you know?
Yeah. Definitely today.
Yeah, like, we black over here, or we white over here, or we got a, you know,
Yeah.
Chinese, and I feel like at the end of the day, like, we all people, like, we're all human, unless you're an alien or something, like, we all human, you know. Obviously, me and Chris been dating for a while. We have two, you know, biracial kids, and I'm gonna get to that. I want to hear more of what, you know, but
yeah.
Coming with any ideology or identity other than black African, so be it. You don't want to be a part of this, no problem. I'm not trying to claim you. Go on your way. But if you say, listen, I'm black, I know I'm black. Yes, my mama is white. Yes, my daddy might be white, but my mom is black, my dad is black, I'm black, I've been black my whole life. I know that's how the world sees me. That's how I see myself. Get in where you fit in. I have no issue. I don't care if you light, bright, blue, black, purple. I don't care if you got green eyes or black eyes, nappy hair or curly hair. It don't make a difference to me. If you got the blood of Africa in you and you identify with us, I make no differences amongst us. Now, the other question, can you be pro-black and you date white? Absolutely not. Because when you marry a white woman, you're marrying into her community. You don't just marry a woman. You marry the family and you marry the community. So how can you be for African people marrying into the group that has historically and systemically oppressed your people? That doesn't make any sense. I play for this team, but I'm over here practicing with this team. This is the team I belong to, but I'm over there trying to help.
Saying I feel like
he's divided.
Yeah, he's divided, and he's not. I don't know. Like, I feel like the world that we in is honestly, like, sad. And honestly, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna marry, you know, Crystal. Like, I mean, that's just what it is. Like, and I don't care. Like, anybody can look at me any type of way, you know, any different. Like, my mom, we had actually, we heard it before. It was like a while back, and I think my mom and my dad was saying something about that, was talking to Rennie, our 2-year-old, and was like, she was saying that she was in a mirror, and she said that she didn't say she was white. She said that she was
Rennie, you talking about her? She said she was pink.
She said she was pink. And she's 2. You know, she don't know. And you know, my mom had called one day and she was like, yeah, that's the one day she said that she was pink, and I kept on telling her, Rennie, no, you're black. Rennie, you know you're black. First of all, I look at the fact, and it kind of messed me up, because regardless if I was to date a black woman, you know, and we had black, you know, obviously it's black kids, you know.
Yeah.
You have a black kid, then obviously, you know, it'd be a little weird if it's like, you know, and at first.
Thanks, Theo. The trees look great.
Thanks.
You know, U.S. Bank has great business checking accounts for all of those leaves.
Would I be able to open a checking account with no monthly maintenance fee?
Yep.
You know, it'd be a little weird if it's like, you know, and at first, it'd be like a little joking thing, and again, it shouldn't really even be talked about, you know, but at the same time, got a 2-year-old, and she said that, and then my mom was like, no, I kept on telling her, no, Rennie, you're black. And I was like, Mom, no, you cannot keep on telling her that. She's not. She has black in her. She also has white in her, and that is dividing her. You know, from she has white family members.
Yeah, like
she
I'm not
has.
say
What is Michael? He's Korean. Right? Vietnamese. Got Vietnamese in her family. Got, you know, and that's not, you know, blood, but,
but
it's so diverse,
family,
you know.
yeah.
I have black, you know, people in our family. We have a lot of biracial, and I told her, I'm like, Mom, she's biracial. She's not, and it all comes down to me. We're all human at the end of the day, but when it all comes down to it, Mom, she's biracial. She has white. I mean, that's no. You just, oh yeah, she's black. Mom, you can't do that, you know, like.
Yeah.
So.
Same as I'm not about to be like, yeah, she's white.
And then she was like, no, she's black. You know, and I was like, Mom, no. And it kind of like, I try not to argue with my parents, you know. I always grew up, you know, being respectful. I'm not going to argue with my parents, you know, or be disrespectful. We have our, you know, little disagreements, but it's kind of like I had to shy away from the conversation because it's like, we can go deeper than that.
I'm going to say, yeah, it'll be a whole conversation.
Yeah. So it really didn't make sense to me. We're going to get back in the video.
Help them win. That doesn't make any sense. You cannot marry a white woman and not be loyal to the white agenda against African people. It's no way around it. It's like when I see black men who say, I only date white women. You are making a political decision. Who you date is a political decision. Who you marry is a political decision. Who you make children with is a political decision. If you are marrying white, sleeping white, cohabitating white, procreating white, then your loyalty is to white people. Get over
that. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because, like I said, I'm black. I have black friends. I have white friends. I have Chinese friends. I have Mexican friends. I have a lot of Mexican friends. I have different friends. So does that make me loyal to them? You know, does that? I feel like that right there, like, he's been the R word. That's just me saying. I mean, that's just me being 100. And they, like I said, they can hate me. I done had plenty of, you know, people my color not even like me for what I say, but I don't care because I look at the fact that you saying this, oh, you're loyal to their community or you're loyal. This is the problem we have in the world right now. This is why we can't get along. This is why because you have somebody speaking on this situation like this, like, oh, you're loyal to them, you playing for this team, so I'm not black no more.
Yeah, that's what I would say. That makes no sense just because someone marries a white, like, what? Yeah, that don't even sound like. Exactly. I don't know.
And I grew up. My parents, they never put us, you know, they never put us in a bad situation. We've lived in some homes growing up. Some apartments that wasn't the best, you know, that wasn't the best here in Indianapolis. But they never put us in a position to where we were really bad off. And then when we grew up, we moved to it was a white community. It was more white people. You know, I ain't gonna say full, like, oh, just white, you know, it was some black kids in there, but moved us, you know, from a lot of the bad situations. And I feel like, honestly, it's more of a cultural thing too. It's more of a background on where you grew up.
Right.
I have family that live, you know, I got family that live in bad neighborhoods, and, you know, so does Crystal. She has people that live in bad neighborhoods and family members that live, you know, it's more so like, it's crazy that people divide. Like, it's honestly sickening and sad, like, the way that people divide, you know, us. And I grew up, and my dad would tell me, like, why don't you date this chick when I was at, like, middle school or like high school or like going in elementary, like, you know, the black girls in the school. And, you know, first of all, I look at the fact that parents, regardless on what you're doing, like, like you can't control on who somebody's dating.
Yeah, right.
You can't control on, so I look at that too. And it's sad that, it's a lot of people that try to control it or feel some type of way just because of skin, the color of your skin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop it right there, and he's absolutely right. Let me turn on the light here. He's absolutely right. But this is another generation, and you're trying to put something, and they're not hearing it. And he's going to leave a legacy of saying this stuff for the rest of his life. And people think that he's talking, but they see that it's a joke. And he's humiliating himself online. And I don't see that how you look to as this inspirational figure. Even, Tariq Nasheed exposed the real side of Umar when he first came in and did a documentary with him. You can't, this generation and generations after this generation is not going to hear that mess. A lot of them ain't going to hear it. It's foreign to them. And it's unrealistic to them. And what you're doing is you're doing something reverse. And you may got a few people to agree with you here and there. You might have a good talking points here and there. But in the end, Dr. Umar looks like a fool. Look, you see how those young men, they laughed at him? It's a lot of young men that's watching him. And they know what reality is. And then they see some other videos of him with the school. He's not committed. All he does is talk and bring up some social topic and try throwing some oracle talking points. But when you see his life, it don't match up. And even somebody said, well, don't he have a wife or girlfriend? No. He got kids that don't sound like, some people I see once in a while, they be involved with their kids. He ain't really been involved with his kids. How are you supposed to lecture somebody? You ain't been involved with your own life. He'll be involved with his baby's mother's life and their kids. But he want to lecture other men about their situation. Then he puts the faults on other men. And it's amazing because how some people take this guy really seriously. And let me state this for the record. The FBI don't find Umar Johnson a threat. Why? The only way the FBI would ever find you a threat if you affiliate with some organization that goes against something that was secretly laundering some kind of money, or you with some political vigor that have some kind of espionage association, like with a cartel or some old people who go against the United States. Then FBI will take a look on you. When he says, who more try to make it seem like FBI? Look, you're not a Marcus Garvey figure. You're not a Martin Luther King figure. The only reason why, because they were able to make political things outside. That's when they got involved. When they start going over across seas to when Malcolm went to Mecca and they were watching him over there. When it's something like with Russia, it was calling because some at the time with the war, and then they start saying, okay, who is fun? Is someone falling, helping Martin, Malcolm, and the other black civil rights? That's when the FBI was sent in, not because you just blab mouth and say that you're Pan-Africanist. People don't take him seriously. In his own mind, he makes up these stories, things that they do. Really, ain't no FBI check them out. I mean, it's just hilarious. And, but he's really making himself really look bad for in front of these young men and looking at him like, wow, you are not a role model, Umar. You're not going to be a leader. You're not a role model, because they seriously they They're mocking you, and they don't even know it. All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to make this too long. I hope this was entertaining. I hope it's go through the algorithm. But like and subscribe. Till next time, take care, and watch who you listen to, and follow. And if any young men or young women listen to this, do what's in your heart. Let yourself go through your experiences. If you're under the age of 45 or 35, if anybody if they ever come across this, do what your heart tell you to do. If you want to fall in love with somebody, it is. Here's the funny before I go. If I'm gonna make this one statement before I go, how you gonna go to the Supreme Court when two of the justices on the Supreme Court are in interracial marriages, trying to get the Loving case, which was about an interracial couple, when there's the Supreme, the female, the black female, and the black male both have spouses that are white. Good luck with that, Umar. Straight home and saying we're trying to overturn the case. We don't want black men marrying other women. Saying this to a black man. We don't want our black women marrying white men. Saying this to a black woman who's married to a white man whose husband's white. It's really gonna. And then, don't you have someone on the Supreme Court? One of the other justices has a adopted black daughter. So that's gonna go really well with that case coming up. All right, then, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you want to keep listening to and follow Umar and keep giving him money that it take a school them in completion after 5 years, 10 years to gather the money, finally bought the building, and still ain't got it up to par. Ain't got no teachers enrolled. Ain't got half. He did about over a decade ago. Half the kids are grown. That was the daughter's grown. The kids are now adults. You know, he ain't opened up that school yet, but he's lecturing around the country about political things. And the sad thing about it is people are really listening to this stuff. Some probably outdated stuff on how to deal with children. And you should really do some research behind other psychiatrists and doctors, whether they're black or white, to see what's he saying. Does it match up to the current diagnosis and stuff of today? You know, you probably need to do second check, because he might be telling you some outdated stuff. It don't sound like he's outdated on his research and diagnosis. He's probably giving you diagnosis or something. So, another psychiatrist got to come behind. Who told you this stuff? Oh, what Dr. Umar Johnson saying. So, I will leave it like that. Yeah, if you have children that have some kind of behavioral problems, you probably want to get a second opinion. Don't listen to Dr. Umar. He's going to get you jacked up. I'm trying to tell you. You know, get a second opinion. It's like with anything else with your own body. Go get a second opinion. So, and young people, any young person, period, marry and date who you want to date. God, most high God don't care. As long as they make you happy, that's all what matters. All right, then. That's all it matters. At the end of the day, that person got to deal with you. Umar doesn't. Remember that. Umar ain't gonna pay your bills. Umar ain't gonna support you. So he ain't got no room to say, and he's not valid because he can't even barely take care of himself. That was the case. It's the more than just talking. It's living. People see what you talk about. So, just people need to remember that. Yeah, you might make good points, but stand back and watch the whole picture and see, does it add up to? Does he walk what he says that he do? Don't get caught up in in the craftiness of a tongue, a sway of one person's words. Watch their life, watch their walk, and learn. That's why some people don't go flabbermouthing, because they're watching people. So remember this lesson. Alright then guys, take care and see you on next video.